What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so make sure you take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. Deposit $100 and you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposit $1,000 and you're guaranteed 15 in total. Anyways, the market's range bound right now. We're seeing a bigger range developing, especially as we approach the data for tomorrow. Tomorrow, before market open, we have the PPI data report coming out, which is very similar to CPI, except it's on the producer/wholesale side. We also have Jerome Powell giving a speech later on tomorrow, so we'll see what that leads to. Just keep that in mind. Right now, the market's just range bound. So SPY ended up expanding its range between 599 and 595. We're just going back and forth and back and forth. We actually saw rejections 3-4 times today in both directions. SPY pumped, then it dumped, then it pumped, then it dumped, then it pumped again. Now it's dipping again. Back and forth all day, essentially. So what do we see from this point on? Might dip a little bit more going into close before we see another, attempts to push tomorrow morning. But we're just range bound between 595 and 599 for now. Until we break one of those levels, we're going to be looking for a much bigger move. I just want to give you guys an update that as of right now, that's what the range is looking like. This could change as soon as tomorrow, but for now, that's what we're looking at. For ES, we're stuck between 6,040 almost and about 6,000 flat, a little bit below that in our range. Why do I say that? Look at the last 4 days, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I think we could try to push back up to 6,040 or so, then come back down. But overall, we're just kind of stuck. Nvidia looks a little bit weaker. We have a double top leg structure. We did not manage to break past 147. We're actually dipping close to about 145. Might be a dip coming off the double top. Just keep that in mind as the most likely move. And watch 145.59 as our support. See if that holds or not. Bitcoin might be dipping close to about 89,379. Might be a small dip on Bitcoin. We'll see if it bounces off that support or not, but be ready for that. Overall, it's still on an uptrend, so this could just be a small dip before it tries to bounce again, but look for a little bit more downside for now. Tesla's also range bound. We're getting bought back up around 320, and we have a tendency of kind of rejecting near 333 and also at 336. So we're just stuck in a range on Tesla. We'll have to see which way it breaks. We are making lower highs, which could suggest there might be some downside again, closer to the lower 312s to 314 area if we end up losing 320. But for now, just know that we are range bound. For NQ, we're also range bound, going back and forth between these levels. Might try to push for 21,225 towards close, but overall, we're just stuck in a range. We need to break past 21,300 to turn bullish and lose 21,000 flats to turn more bearish. Otherwise, it's just range bound right now. Might push a little bit into close, though. QQQ is a little bit weaker. It's just range bound. The last 2.5 days, it's been stuck in the range. If we lose 510, we're looking for essentially 508. If we break past 515, we turn back up. Otherwise, we're just stuck in a range. Might dip closer to about the 510 area, so give this some time to develop. For Apple, Apple's looking a little bit weaker. We have 224.5 as our support. If this fails us, we're dipping back down to 223. If we manage to break past 228, we're going to be turning back up. So I think we're just stuck right now. Apple might be dipping closer to 223, so keep that in mind. The IWM is also looking a little bit weaker. We have to hold this support or get bought back up around 235.6. If we don't do that, there's a risk of it coming back down to 233. So we have to get back above 235 or else 233 is coming. Coin is dipping, no surprise here. We're going to be looking for a test of 280. I think 280 is coming. If not, this gap all the way down to 272. If that fails, this might be a little bit more downside before it tries to bounce. Amazon pumped very, very nicely to about 215. Now it's slowing a little bit. If we can't hold above 213, we're looking for 212 as our target, then 210 as our supports. So watch to see if 215 holds. For Meta is dipping right over here. We're going to be looking for a move back down to about this 577 area. We also have 580 as our resistance. So we'll have to see what happens if we do dip a little bit lower from there. For Microsoft, we're looking for 424 and 422 is our support, so we could be dipping closer to these supports here. We'll see if we get a bounce. We'll look for a test of potentially 422 very soon. And then Google looks more bearish, looking for 180 than 178 as our support, so we'll see what kind of reaction we get. Anyways, that's it for my video. I want to make this one very short and simple. The market's about to close. Do not forget about the PPI report coming tomorrow before market opens, so if you're holding anything overnight, be careful. Until then, thank you all so much for listening, and peace out.